I think that's, like, it's not about being perfect. It's about just every day, one step at a time, trying to be better, trying to do more. And I think a lot of people are struggling to find that purpose, but it's okay. You will find it. Do not give up. Keep getting up, like, just keep saying those things to yourself and you will eventually find it.
Everyone wants to be a SEAL on a sunny day, but what happens when the day doesn't go your way? What happens when the day gets scary?
What will you do with the vehicle that you've been blessed with every single day to become a better man? That's it.
But here's the real problem. If you should fish, and you could fish, and you don't fish, you got no miracle.
Albert Camus' famous line is, "We must imagine Sisyphus happy," that this pointless pursuit, that he finds joy in the process of doing it. Understand where your domain of competence ends.
You bitch, come on, you bitch. You're scared coward. You not man enough to f with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white bitch. Scared of the real man.
1, do what you can. Number 2, do the best you can. Can't give you better advice than that.
And we want them to know that they're resilient, that they can have loss and recover, that they can fall down and get up.
Whenever something got tough, no matter how hard I trained, no matter how ready I was, whenever something got tough for me, David Goggins, the real David Goggins, would come out and he would quit. So I realized this over a period of time. So I had to build Goggins. And in that process, that's where I get better. I get better when I'm digging holes in the ground, when I'm waking up early knowing I don't have to do these things. That's where I get better.
So it's important to stay hungry.
It's important to stay hungry, but it's important more to stay humble within that hunger. So while you're hungry, a lot of people are hungry, but humility is everything.
If I change plans, I don't do it for them. Because if I change plans for them, guess what I just did? I made them the villain in my life. If I change plans because it makes me feel like a good daughter, it makes me feel good. Now I take responsibility for my life and I am owning my decisions.
Until I woke up. Today's mine. That's just what it is. I woke up. Everybody else is f***ed. Because I woke up. That's how I look at it. You all had a chance.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
You have to start moving forward. You have to start taking steps in order to improve your vision, improve your perspective, change your perspective.
I have to go over the same page over and over and over and over again.
Develop a workaholic mentality. What does this mean? It means that you start a little earlier, you work a little harder, and you stay a little later. In our society today, you hear all these people talking about take it easy, have balance in your life, relax, lean back, have fun at work, happy, get along with your coworkers. This is loser talk. Loser, loser, loser. Now, there's a time in your life when you can back off, all right? You can take it easy. But that's when you've made it, not before you've made it. Because before you've made it, you're in a competition with hundreds of thousands of millions of other people, like at the Olympics, who also want to make it. And in order for you to win, you are going to have to work harder and work better and work smarter than they do.
Don't be a follower, be a student, right? Take advice, but not orders. Take information, but don't let somebody, order your life.
And if you are someone who's ambitious, and this is me just talking specifically to you, because there's only a few people who are watching this who really are, and you'll know that if it's you. You have to get used to being alone. I used to think that there was something wrong with me, when in reality, I just didn't understand what the nature of being exceptional meant. To be exceptional means that you are the exception. It means that you are not normal. And so it's normal for normal people to find you abnormal if you do things that are not normal. Don't let people who have mediocre goals deter you from taking actions that make you great, because it makes you different.
We don't want to be left alone by ourselves with ourselves. So we come in and we sit down and we get on our phone, or we turn on the TV, or we go wherever, we do whatever, because we don't want to face the reality of being by ourselves with ourselves. Start making yourself a companion that you're comfortable with. If you had a friend, if you had a person you're going to sit down and spend all the time with, what would you want from that person? What would you want? Well, I would want to spend time with somebody who's honest. Makes sense? I don't want to spend time with somebody who's going to be lying to me all the time. Someone who's going to gently tell me the truth about myself. One of the hardest things sometimes for the human to do is get to the point where they stop lying to themselves, where they tell themselves the truth. They speak the truth to themselves. Now, you got to face the reality of who you are. You got to face the reality of what you are. All right? And nobody's going to tell you that like you yourself will tell you that.
If we look up in 15, 20 years and we're in the same spot, well, that means that our fucking groundbreakers that was doing all the shit during that 15, 20 years never shared the information so that these new people could come through and break new ground.
Operating in a way that makes me feel proud of myself. And when you're proud of yourself, you don't even consider what other people are thinking because you've just anchored all of your worth inside of yourself.
Here's the thing, getting better at anything never feels good. Like if you're building resilience, it's not a time that you're liking. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel good. Like, so that's when, okay, I don't like this. This feels like shit, but because it's hard, because I can't lift these weights anymore, because I can't, these other, I'm exhausted and the other kids are still, running sprints or whatever, but like those are the moments, for what it's worth, where you're getting better.
But look at who we are as a result of what we went through.
When you allow someone the space to process emotion and the space to face their struggles and the space to heal on their own timeline and in their own way, you actually communicate that I believe that you can.
Passion and consistency. You have to love what you do. You have to get up every day. And I get here every day at 9:30 in the morning. When we sold in 2016, a lot of people in the company made a lot of money and they all took off and they retired, right? Other than the Fertittas, I made the most money. I'm still here.
Nobody cared about this. Yeah. He was tired, he had personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
The very, very best leaders in my organization were those that were so good at their job and they were never thinking about being a leader, but that's the reason they ultimately became it.
And my 3 questions are, what do you want? How badly do you want it? And how much are you willing to suffer?
So if somebody has really good ideas and takes action a lot, that builds expertise. If somebody just has good ideas, that's completely meaningless. Those ideas are meaningless.
We spend most of our lives learning firsthand the warnings that previous generations gave us over and over again.
And then where do we get the arrogance to think that it's actually getting hot? We're not even close, man. Not even close to getting hot. You didn't make it near as far as you thought you did.
Why the don't you want to be in better shape? Why the don't you want to be a better student? Why don't you want to be more successful? So this is something I can say, and your counselor can't because he might get fired. Maybe you can't find your why because you're lazy. Maybe you can't find your why because you have zero ambition.
Because your brain is designed to keep you safe. Your soul, your intuition, your human spirit is designed to make you soar.
Because you have to want it. You have to want to be better.
You go after and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you tried, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena.
You don't change the seed, and you don't change the soil, and you don't change the rain, and you don't change the sunshine. Then what do you change to make your life work well? You gotta start with your philosophy.
Hope is a decision. And it's got to be based on actual reality in your life.
Believe in yourself or invest in yourself. Do more of what you can to be great at a craft or a vocation or to get what you want.
You could change, you should change, you won't change. That's called accumulated disaster.
We did the largest study of millionaires ever done in North America. And the typical millionaire that we found, 89% of them were first generation, meaning they did not inherit their money.
I'm gonna finish what I started. I'm gonna go on and get my degree. I'm gonna show my little cousins when we encounter adversity and opposition, you keep it pushing.
Somebody go, I work at you. Somebody out working right now. So what? Come on, somebody out there saying working harder than you.
But height does not make you a good fighter at all. Bigness does not. It's right here.
This is what makes you a fighter.
No, I got more in me. I got another way. I'm not going to quit, but I'm going to pivot.
For those of us climbing to the top of the food chain, there can be no mercy. There is but one rule: hunt or be hunted.
There's always some creepiness that lurks behind the scenes that you're trying to cover up for with your action.
If one of us can do it, all of us can do it. If anybody can think it, we all can think it. Make sure what you do is the product of your own conclusion.
If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline.
It's not true that you can't get ahead.
Right.
And when you convince someone that it's true, you're stealing their hope.
Trees don't hang around with the grass, even though they all started from the same place.
If he can change, I can change. If he can get it done, I can get it done. That's the attitude about yourself. So valuable.
You just have to understand and obey that this is a lesson for what it's worth.
The world is looking at you and following your example of how to treat you. How to treat you. They're following your example of how to treat you. So how you treat you, the world's gonna follow your lead.
And don't use your filter to deny them. Most parents let their filter determine their children's future.
Just be sure of what you want to say.
I'm gonna handle the opportunity the right way, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do because I feel like I'm being trusted to steward the opportunity so the next young brother that comes behind me that does what I do can get the opportunity to do it again.